Get ready for action because the Detroit Tigers are locked in a crucial 3-game series against the New York Mets. We break down the odds, the spread, and the total for this intense matchup starting Tuesday night at 7:10 p.m. EST. The Tigers are fighting to reverse a losing streak and see if they can find their footing against the struggling Mets.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Ewing 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
The Mets are facing a major shakeup with the official promotion of A.J. Ewing to the major leagues. This exciting and speedy center fielder is making his debut. Coming off an incredible performance in AAA, we dive deep into what this call-up means for the Mets' future plans and how this move impacts the team's momentum right now. We are also looking at the detailed analysis of the odds and predictions for this Detroit Tigers versus New York Mets series. From the pitching matchup between Jack Flaherty and Freddy Peralta to the betting lines, we break down every angle to give you the expert picks you need for this high-stakes contest. Don't miss a second of this analysis. We're talking about the Tigers' recent struggles, the Mets' lineup changes with A.J. Ewing, and all the betting insights for this series. Tune in right now for the full breakdown and make sure you stay connected because we have more breaking sports news coming up. The Detroit Tigers are set to face the New York Mets in a crucial 3-game series, with the Tigers aiming for a back-to-back victory. The first pitch is scheduled for Tuesday night at 7:10 p.m. EST. The Tigers enter this matchup with a challenging road record, sitting at 19-22 and tied for third in the AL Central Division. Following a recent 5-game losing streak, Detroit has shown resilience, securing a win in their last game against the Kansas City Royals, where they managed to regain a 3-run lead in the late innings. Offensively, Matt Vierling was a key contributor for the Tigers, recording 2 RBIs and reaching base twice. The New York Mets, meanwhile, are struggling significantly, holding the worst record in the National League and among the majors at 15-25. Their recent 9-game road trip ended with a 5-4 record, despite a shaky start, as the team struggled to find offensive footing in recent defeats, including a recent 5-1 loss. Statistical comparisons reveal a mixed picture. The Tigers rank 15th in runs scored, 13th in batting average, and 12th in on-base percentage, while their pitching staff has a 12th place ERA. On the mound for Detroit is Jack Flaherty, who has a 5.56 ERA but has shown some promise with one quality start. The Mets, conversely, are tied for 29th in several offensive categories, but boast a 10th place ERA. Freddy Peralta is providing stability for New York, holding a 3.12 ERA and demonstrating strong potential with 2 quality starts. Analysis suggests that both teams are facing offensive hurdles, with the Tigers struggling on the road and the Mets' offense showing a dip in form over the last 4 games. Betting markets are leaning toward the under for the game, reflecting the current offensive struggles of both squads. The New York Mets have made a significant move by calling up center fielder A.J. Ewing to the Major League roster after just 12 games in AAA. This promotion signals several key messages to the fanbase. Ewing's performance metrics, including 17 stolen bases in 30 minor league games, a .339 batting average, a .447 on-base percentage, and a .514 slugging percentage, coupled with his reputation as a solid defender, justify the move. The Mets emphasized that the decision was driven by necessity, stating they could not afford to hold him back further given the current state of the Major League roster. While some may view this as a tactic to divert attention following a disappointing road trip, the move suggests the team is not rushing to sell off assets prematurely. Analysts suggest the Mets may be positioning themselves for a more substantial trade later in May. Furthermore, the call-up appears to be contingent on expectations regarding the availability of Luis Robert Jr. for an extended period. The team is currently implementing a defensive alignment that prioritizes run prevention, with players like Carson Bench returning to right field and Bo Bichette remaining at shortstop, while Francisco Lindor is absent. This strategic shuffling, alongside recent promotions for players like Carson Benj and Nolan McLean, indicates a clear focus on optimizing the roster. The successful integration of Ewing sets a precedent, suggesting the Mets are prepared to repeat such maneuvers with other promising players from the minor leagues. The Detroit Tigers and the New York Mets are set to begin a 3-game interleague series at Citi Field in New York, starting first pitch at 7:10 p.m. ET. With the Tigers currently sitting at 19 wins and 22 losses, and the Mets at 15 wins and 25 losses, the matchup pits two struggling teams against each other. Experts are analyzing the odds and making predictions for this contest. In recent history, the Tigers showed resilience, securing a 6-3 victory in Kansas City, which halted a 5-game losing streak. Key contributors in that win included Gabe Workman, who hit a home run and 2 RBIs, and Matt Vierling, who contributed a double and 2 RBIs from the leadoff spot. The Mets, meanwhile, have faced recent struggles, including a 5-1 loss against the Arizona Diamondbacks, where the underbet was successful. Backup C. Luis Torrens was a highlight, recording 2 of the team's 4 hits and the only RBI. New York has struggled offensively, managing only 5 total runs in the last 3 games, contributing to a strong trend for the under in their recent outings. Pitching matchups are a key focus. Detroit starter, Jack Flaherty, enters his 9th start of the 2026 season with a 5.56 ERA, a 1.65 whip, and 11.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. Facing him is New York's Freddy Peralta, who has a better record with a 3.12 ERA over 43.13 innings, a 1.2 whip, and 8.9 strikeouts per 9 innings. Betting lines suggest the Mets are viewed as moderate favorites, with odds of -145. Analysts point to the Mets' recent run of winning games by at least 2 runs in their last 7 outings as a factor supporting a run line cover. The over 7.5 run total is also suggested, primarily due to Flaherty's recent giving ways, although caution is advised given the Mets' low run production in recent games. Conversely, the trend against the Tigers is notable, with the under being successful in their last 4 games. While Flaherty's era is concerning, the data suggests the Mets' offense may be the deciding factor in this battle of disappointing teams. The New York Mets have officially promoted prospect A.J. Ewing to the Major League roster, simultaneously designating DFA Andy Ibanez. Ewing, who was ranked 6th on the team's preseason prospect list and sits 2nd on MLB Pipeline's top Mets prospects list, has shown significant promise in the minor leagues. After being promoted to AAA Syracuse on April 27, the 21-year-old posted an .827 OPS in 12 games. Selected by the Mets in the 4th round of the 2023 draft as compensation for Jacob deGrom's free agency departure, Ewing has performed well across all minor league levels. Ewing made his MLB debut against Jack Flaherty and the Tigers on Tuesday night, where he will play center field and bat 8th. He will wear jersey number 9, marking the first Mets player not named Brandon Nimmo to wear that number since Kirk Nieuwenhuis in 2015. The lineup also saw adjustments, with Carson Benj taking over as the leadoff hitter for the first time since April 19, and Juan Soto stepping into the 3rd spot for the first time this season. Meanwhile, Andy Ibanez was designated for assignment following his claim off waivers on April 30. Ibanez struggled in his initial stint with the club, going 0 for 6 with 2 sacrifice flies in just 3 games. In a recent game, he made 2 costly throwing errors while starting at 3rd base, an issue Carlos Mendoza criticized following the loss to the Diamondbacks.